again, I have another wonderful, fabulous, as you can see, person. This is an artist, a songwriter. She's powerful. Her name is Bolly. Hi, Holly.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming out to the Funky J Cafe.
My pleasure.
Yeah, girl. So what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
That's good.
I'm doing so good.
That's good. So let me just jump right into it.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Yes, I was raised in Shaker Heights. I moved out here about 5 years ago, and I moved out here in Atlanta for music. Then I went to school because I didn't have anywhere to go, so I had to enroll into student housing. And yeah, I went to school for fashion, but during that whole time I just stayed writing for other artists and writing music for myself as well.
Okay.
And I didn't start really recording really heavy until about, I would say, almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then I started getting into performing really, really heavy, and that's when I started really getting into everything.
What school?
Art Institute.
Oh, I went to
Yeah,
Art Institute.
yeah.
I went to one Dunwoody.
Dunwoody.
Yeah, that's good.
What year?
I just graduated. Well, I didn't even say graduated. I just left last year.
Okay, I graduated in 2010.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I graduated. Got my first bachelor's in 2010.
Okay.
Okay, but I know what you're talking about. I went for material design. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
For fashion retail.
Hey, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, let me get back on subject, y'all. Always find a connection. That's what's up. But so you're from Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You came down here 5 years ago. So how long have you actually been pushing music? How long have you been? Did you grow up singing or?
Yes. Like I was one of those kids that would like push the parents into the living room and move the furniture around, rearrange everything just so I could have space to perform and annoy the entire family, the house. Whoever was in the house was gonna know that I was a rapper, that I was a performer, and this is what I always wanted to do.
That's what's up. So when did you realize that you could actually put words together and actually form a rhyme?
Oh, that's a really good question. I started out like really small. I would say kind of sort of like skits. I would write like really small paragraphs, like, and then just run with that and practice that all the time. And it would just sound really good. So then after a while, it was like, I listened to Little Kim. I snuck and listened to her album.
Okay.
I was like, I think I was like, I don't know how old I was. I was really young.
You was a
and
baby.
I listened to, I was a baby. And I listened to hardcore. My uncle owned the CD. And I snuck in the bathroom pretending like I was using the restroom. And I was actually listening to the entire album. And I was a girl. So he was like, you all right in there? He didn't want to like barge in on me. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm just, if Peter pecked him. I'm like, this girl is bold. Who is she? Yeah. And from then on, I was just like, I want to do that. And I started writing songs.
Cool. Being a female girl up in Cleveland, how was that like?
Well, I went to Shaker Heights High School, and up until the 10th grade, I got kicked out because I got into a disagreement with another girl who her same name was my real name, my government name. But then I transferred into a private school in Cleveland, and I was from the suburbs of Cleveland. I wasn't from the city of Cleveland. So making that transformation from the suburbs to the city, I definitely felt a difference in how people, young, would perceive me and who I could be friends with and stuff like that. It was different. Did
you fall right into play or was
I did not.
You did not.
I was very odd. I was like we don't really know what she's about. Low key, I think she's rich. Because
you was from the suburbs. So that's why
I still lived there. You know what I mean? So when I would go to Cleveland, I was trying to fit in as much as I could, and my family's from Cleveland, Ohio. So it wasn't that hard. It was just I've always been kind of like the oddball a little bit because I was a writer. I just wanted to rush home to write.
Yeah. Cool.
That's what it was about for me.
So that experience though, like going from one transition, because I've actually been through that. Like I've actually gone to a dominantly white school to an all dominantly black school.
Right.
And it's a big difference.
It is.
It's a huge difference.
Tough.
But it's a good difference. It can teach you like how to be very versatile. Did that help you with your writing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It definitely gave me a different perspective young. I just felt like life wasn't easy then.
Okay.
I felt like life was a lot more smoother, you know, before. And then I made that transition and was like, oh, wow, it's, you know, personalities. I started to realize and see people for who they really were, you know, and their environment and how it affected them. And I gained so much respect for that, too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what's
Absolutely.
up. So when did you, I know you was performing in the living room for your parents and whoever was in the home, like you said, but when did you actually say, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is who I'm going to be, and actually went out and showed others?
I had a microphone in my hand at the age of 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, at the age of 3, I didn't do anything, but I held it.
It was a part of you.
I think I was, you know, some people get into it really early. You know, some people are fortunate to, you know, have that support really early for people who around them know exactly what to do young. But for me, it's like, it's always been natural. I'm going to forever do music for the rest of my life because for me, that's where home is. I feel good. It's more about, for me, of course, you want to have the success in it, you know, but it's a passion for me. You know, I have to say something. I have to be behind a microphone and tell my story. So,
okay, that's
I have to do it. You know,
so you moved here 5 years ago, and how has things transitioned for you in those 5 years to where you are today when it comes to your music?
It's been tough. You know, I think the industry has changed a whole lot, and when I got into it, it was confusing for me. I had to go through that period of where, like, okay, so, you know, I'm going to share my stuff now. I'm going to really share with other people what I've been doing behind closed doors and what everybody around me knows I do with people who don't know me. And then that's when I started performing really heavy, and I started to kind of learn the industry, because you have to. You have to learn how to, you know, talk to people, or, you know, receive information when people talk to you, know how to take the right advice, know who's genuine and not, and being a female and, you know, doing it by herself, it's not easy.
And when you say do it by yourself, you mean that. You mean going
that.
to bookings and performances and meeting everything. You mean by yourself.
Ever since, I would say, about a year and a half ago, when I said that I wanted to do music, take it very seriously, as I always had, but really get into this industry and make this name for myself, everybody fell to my wayside. And you know, everybody just disappeared. The people who I love the most.
Okay.
And that was a tough period of time, you know. A relationship ended that had been going on and off for years. And I just didn't understand. But it gave me so much inspiration, and instead of taking it in a way where, you know, I let it bring me down for my music, it's kind of made me realize that everything happens for a reason, and music has never left me.
You know I'm here for you any other time. It's just right now, it's not a good time.
How is Atlanta receptive towards you?
So far, I can honestly say that I have not gotten any negative feedback from my music.
Good.
Now, me in general, you know, I've performed a lot of places and networked with a lot of people, and everybody so far is like really cool. You know, it's just all about business at the end of the day. It's about professionalism and taking something and creating it. And when you take something that's already has something and then you create a new room for it actually to happen, that's what's missing.
Okay. Well, speaking of missing, what makes Miss Holly Bolly different than any of these other female rappers that are trying to climb the ladder, or even if you, the one who I guess you could say right now who has the crown is Nicki Minaj per se. What makes you different from what's popular today?
What makes me different is nobody has my story. Nobody has walked my shoes. Nobody has been through what I've been through. The stories that I tell, you know, as far as relationships, and everybody goes through something where somebody can relate. But how I tell that story, it's not out there right now.
Okay.
nobody's telling the story how I'm telling it right now.
Okay.
And when you listen to my music, it's very distinctive. I think in itself.
And not to sidetrack you, but how can they find your music right now?
They can find my music on SoundCloud at Holly Bolly 216, which is the Cleveland area code. And they can also follow me on Instagram, where I have that same link. And on YouTube, you can see a lot of my performances at Aftershock, AFTERSHOCK at Holly Bolly. So you get to see like a lot of my performances that I've done that are really big, and open mics and stuff like that.
And as you know, I will have her information streaming below, so you can actually check out Miss Holly Bolly. Yeah, it'll be right here. Just so you can be able to see what she does. So right now, so you have a lot of music going on. You're pushing a lot. You're performing a lot. What song that you have right now that is that one song that can describe you to your best? That one when you go in the studio and you have to fight back those tears.
Fight Back Those Tears is definitely Over You.
Over You.
Definitely Over You. Over You has really made an impact on where I am today.
Okay.
Whenever I listen to that song, I just kind of remember like where I used to be and where I am now. And it makes me it's like tears of joy. Because you don't think that you'll be able to get over certain things until you do get over them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited for what the universe has to offer.
That's okay. Okay, so what about a song that shows the fun side of you?
Definitely Follow My Lead.
Okay.
Follow My Lead is like an anthem for like women who are like independent and like to take position in anything that they do, and take that role and be dominant and a leader, like take leadership. And kind of just have fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Follow My League is definitely a club banger.
Okay, so it's a club. Okay,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that. You need those.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's cool. That's cool. So being out here, have you worked with anybody big? Is it what is it like trying to actually push your way through that door?
I've met a lot of good people who have good resumes in the industry who I'm working with right now. I'm not, anybody who I feel like music is really good, who I feel like is serious about their craft and is a true artist, I'm willing to work with,
Mm-hmm.
So I've done some collaborations with people, and you can go check out my SoundCloud and go see.
Is there anybody that you want to work with? Do you have your dream person?
Dream person?
Or that one person you're just like, wow, I would love to.
Oh, absolutely. I have, to be honest with you, I am the biggest Kanye West fan that you would ever meet. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in the future, easy. Let's do
Kanye.
some deep, emotional, dominant, profound leadership. Everybody should listen to this because it's the shit.
Yeah, it's that raw.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's what's
And I would love to work with, Nicki Minaj. I think she's definitely paved the way for, if it wasn't for her, if it was not for Nicki Minaj, female hip hop would be still hard to pursue in this industry. Harder than it was before she even came in this industry. It'd have been 10 times harder if Nicki wasn't out. She is breaking, she's just doing everything that people said in the past was impossible. Like, female rappers are only supposed to last for so long, only become so successful, only supposed to fit in a certain genre. We have so many stigmas and just things about female rappers. I just feel like she's setting the right tone for female rappers, and she's not just a rapper, she's proved that she's an artist. So I would love to work with Nicki.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
What I like about her is, like you said, she's versatile. I like that she's able to be in any genre or any. I like how she knows how to bring sexy, fly, swag, attitude, silliness all into like one big ball of a person.
Yeah, so. Nicki Minaj definitely needs to be honored by females.
Yeah. I mean, I know people have their opinions and people have their, their thoughts.
Say what you want, but she's on the radio every single day. She's she's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. If anything, regardless of negative or positive, she's paving a way that it's long.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, like, growing up for me, it was like Foxy Brown and Missy Elliott.
Me too.
Mary J.
I'm a huge Missy Elliott and Lauryn Hill, and there's nobody like Lauryn Hill.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody like Lauryn Hill. And I have this Holly Bolly lane that I feel like people are gonna be like excited about as much as I am. I have so much to talk about and say and so many creative things that I want to do with just the vision that I have in general.
That's cool. That's cool.
So,
well, speaking of, where do you see yourself in like 4 or 5 years? I know you're a songwriter, and I know you're actually a rapper, but do you see yourself hauling in only one particular part of your
absolutely not.
Okay.
I definitely have a vision, and when you see stuff, it can go anywhere. It can go into a lot of fields. My goal is to be on soundtracks to movies and stuff like that. That's Holly Bolly stands for, my last name is inspiration due to Bollywood films in India, and a lot of their music they portray through acting, and so my last name stands for filmography. In Bollywood, it's not an actual place that you can go to, but it's what they title their movies in India. So it's like the fantasy, but you can see it, but you can't actually go to it. In Holly, you can actually go to Hollywood. You can actually, it's a real place that you can go to where the stars on the ground, and they're always going to be remembered. So it's like music and movies. It's like music and short films, and I want all my videos to portray like a short film of everything that my story tells. So that's what Holly Bolly stands for.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
And did you just come up with this one day? That's really fly.
Well, I was calling myself Holly B for a minute.
Okay.
Because I was trying to figure out what the B would stand for. My government, my first initial it starts with a B. So I was just like Holly. I was always obsessed with Hollywood as a kid.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of like Sophia Loren and like actresses like Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn. So I loved Hollywood, just
cool.
their stories and stuff like that. So I knew that Holly was a part of the name, for sure. But Bolly, I started doing my research, it's like,
that's cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
Rock with it.
Yeah.
Holly. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So, Miss Holly Bolly. So, are you working on any projects right now?
Yes, I'm working on my EP.
Okay.
It's going to be numbered. I haven't decided the number yet exactly, but it's going to be like a short album, just kind of like giving people a taste of what the next playlist would sound like, which will be a panel of more songs. I wanted to come out with something tasteful first, and then come out with a collaborative amount of songs where people actually care to listen, because now this generation has like a short attention span. They're like, okay, even though every song could be good, they could still be like
that's true.
So
if it doesn't catch them,
if it doesn't catch, and I just want it to be, I have so many ideas and I have so many creative things that I'm going to do with that I'm excited about for the people who are supportive.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So speaking of supportive, I know you've been doing this since you was a child, but when you told your parents this is what I want to do, did they have your full blessings?
My mom definitely is my biggest fan.
Cool.
My mom has always said that she knew I was born to do music, and she supported me going out to Atlanta by myself.
Wow.
To pursue music. I left Cleveland, Ohio, I think 2 days after my graduation. Yeah, to come out here to Atlanta, and I came back just to be like, oh, I want to live there, but I was just like, I want to live here, and I don't have a big family. So I really give it all to my mom for her never saying to her child that, the creative world, it's not gonna be realistic for you. She never did that to me. She was always like, go after what you love, and if you do, try not to create anything that could hold you back from pursuing what you want to do. You're still young, you know what I mean? So go out there and do that first, and then if you want to create anything else that comes along with it that you have to be there for, and you have the opportunity to and the chance to, just wait. Just be patient with yourself, because it's just you. You know, just you. So I encourage anybody who has a dream, you know, anybody who's out there and they have something that they want to do, don't let anybody or anything stop you. And if you can't put a stop to things or people who have anything negative going on that slows you down, get rid of it.
Yeah, the negative vibes is real. That's
it.
real. Now, you actually answered one of my questions, but I wanted to also touch on being a black young female artist in this Atlanta, which is just it's a constant fast-paced moving vibe. I have a lot of my viewers are doing or in the pursuit of being where you are right now.
Yeah.
Besides the advice that you just gave them, what is that one thing that you, if you had the opportunity to tell all of them, that from experience that you've learned, what would you tell them?
Know where you come from. Don't let anybody tell you something that you're not. And you got to remember, where you come from, not everybody needs to know. You need to keep that with you, inside of you. You don't always have to, people are going to tell you, I've gotten that already in the industry. Being brown skinned, being a black woman in the industry, I've gotten that. I consider myself versatile. And I know who I am as a person.
Okay.
As long as you know who you are as a person and where you come from, then you have to keep that with you. Don't let anybody confuse your mind and mess up your head about who you are, because at the end of the day, it's just you, you know? And so you just gotta have confidence. You really do. It's not gonna be easy. Not even for me, you know. I'm gonna be faced with many challenges in this industry, because that's just what it is. It's just realistic. But I know right now it's not where I'm gonna be 5 years from now.
That's true.
And I know that this generation, we're accepting a lot, because people are coming up with being whoever they want to be every day.
That's true.
I mean,
so be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's what's up.
Be yourself.
That's good advice. Yeah. Now I do have this one segment. It's called If You Knew Me. I had a young lady named Christian. She has this powerful movement. Okay. It's called If You Knew Me. It's a bullying campaign.
Okay.
If there was one thing about you that if I knew you, I would know. Do you have anything that you would want to share?
You would never guess. If you knew me, you would know that you would never have to guess.
Oh shit. That was okay.
You would know.
Wow.
You would know if you really knew me, you would never have to second guess. You would already know. So you would know what you have to do, or what don't to do, like, you know, what not to do.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I know she'll be greatly appreciated. Christian's Foundation is powerful. I told her whatever I do to help her, because she was bullied, and you know the power of being bullied. So especially someone who's coming up in the industry, and we have to create these blueprints that show us, you know, what the next person can see in us, like from watching you here or on the stage or listen to your music. You know, you just gave something about yourself that you don't have to tell, and it doesn't be displayed. So I appreciate you for that.
Thank you. A lot of my music speaks about the things that I go through.
So Miss, are you single?
I'm married to the money.
Hey, I like it. Hey, that's right.
I'm married to music too, you know, but I'm married to the money.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the time and place. I just right now, you know, Over You. Go listen to Over You right now on SoundCloud at Bolly 216. Over You.
And I will have that right there, and go listen to it and hear what you have to say.
Follow my league, ladies. I'm telling you, it's much easier. It's much easier. The time and place for everything.
Yeah, so you know, music got your heart, but money got that mind. So hey,
you gotta have your. I feel like, you know, it's no rush. You know, you ladies, you know, sometimes growing up, you know, we're taught, especially as, you know, black women, to find a man. You know, it's like, I want to, you know, do so many other things.
Yeah.
You know, men are always gonna be here, beautiful ladies, beautiful women. They ain't going nowhere.
That's true. Now I have told y'all, that's how I feel. Like, it's weird. Like, you know, I've grown up in the South. I've lived up north, and I've lived off the East Coast and the West Coast. Been everywhere, and it's weird because it's like, especially in the South, so many people I know are quick to graduate high school, get married, have children, and it's like, I don't know if that is the right step. And I'm not knocking anybody for their things that they do. It's just, I think I would be upset because they'd be like, oh, when I was younger, I used to watch MTV. You remember Summer Jams?
Yeah.
Spring Break or something?
Spring Break,
yeah. And I used to sit there and be like, I don't want to watch this shit.
They're having so much fun.
Yeah, I want to be there. I don't want to watch it.
A blast, face painted, and sunglasses, and all types of, like, everybody's half naked and yelling and screaming.
Having a ball. And I literally was like, I don't want to see that. I want to be there.
Yeah.
So that that made me want to be like, I want to experience.
Yeah.
So, you know, I really feel that, I don't know if it's certain careers that you may endeavor in that will push us to have that, like, no tolerance for man right now or for that, then hey.
Music will never wake up one day and tell me, you know, Holly Bolly, you just ain't working out for me no more. I ain't feeling it no more. You know, I think I'm gonna go, you know, go do something else.
Right.
You know, like, it's not possible. I was born with you. You know what I mean? Like, you're inside of me forever. You know.
Right.
So you know, I'm not knocking anybody. You know, being in love is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I want someone.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a Pisces.
Well, I'm a Cancer.
Okay, so you're like, we're compatible. Like,
oh, are we? I don't know about
we're
signs.
like each other. I do.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, like, at the end of the day, we're emotional. We're sensitive. You know, we love. You know,
Just call me out.
Yo, Cancers, they know what they want. You know, they're not gonna tolerate anything else. And I'm a hopeless romantic, so you know, it's bound for me to. But right now, it's a beautiful thing to travel the road.
Yeah, there you go. I like how you said that.
Travel. Yeah, catch a flight.
Yes.
Get up and catch a flight. Just cause you can.
Champagne on the plane.
Get the champagne, you know, the first class. You know?
Yeah. What's wrong with having that?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey. I'm on something. I apologize. Just had a moment, but I totally understand and totally respect where you're coming from. And when the time is right, it'll be there. You know.
Everything happens for a reason, ladies. You don't have to rush something that's meant to be. Like, trust me, he's gonna come around and he's gonna be like, I'll wait. You know what I mean? You're the one, like, I'll wait. You know, or we do it together.
We'll grind
together because that's what it's about. You know, it's about the right timing is everything.
That's
you know, go listen to Aftershock. I have a song on SoundCloud called Aftershock, and it kind of just goes in detail about timing. You know, about how things could be really good in a relationship, but if the timing isn't right, like if you two are on two different pages, you can get along as much as you want to get along. But if you're on two different pages in life, it matters. That matters. If this one person wants to do this one thing in 5 years and you don't even know where you want to be in 5 years, it's you ladies, you have to kind of like know what you want, pursue your happiness, pursue your dreams, travel with your friends, you know, make love on the beach, go eat some really good food, you know, just live.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what my music is about. My music is about living and a lot about relationships as well. You know, it's like a lot about relationships because I think the world is about love.
It is. I listened to this guy, his name is Emoji, on YouTube or wherever you can find him, but he talks about how we're all literally truly connected through love and unity. You know
absolutely.
what I mean? So we don't understand the spirituality of it, but what you just said, that's life.
Yeah, that's life.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be alone forever.
No, you can't, unless you choose. I mean, you can push away your blessings.
Hey, she said it.
Yeah.
She said it.
You can choose.
She said you choose.
Well, that's what's up, Miss Lady. You a star. You're a star.
Thank you.
You on your way. You're on your way. Beautiful black thing is on your way. So I give much homage to what you're doing and who you are, and I can't
greatly
wait to
appreciate
it.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I know you're on SoundCloud, but can they actually get a CD, or is there any other way that they can purchase and give so into you?
My single, Follow My Lead, will be on iTunes. What's today's date? The 21st. So it'll be on there on 28th.
Oh,
so people will be. You'll be able to go and purchase it and go to iTunes and type in Holly Bolly, and finally you'll be able to purchase Follow My Lead, which I'm excited about. It took a minute for me to decide what my first single would officially be. But
Okay. Now, how does that work? Like, actually being in the studio making a song, do you sit and go through your tracks and say, this is going to be the single? How do you decide a single?
for me, it's always a song that I feel like nobody else thinks is it. Like, everybody else says, oh, it's a different song, and I'm like, oh, really? And they all say the same song, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was this song. Okay, it's this song. Okay, cool. You know, for me, it's about the viewers, it's about the listeners, it's about the people. You know, the people are the DJs, the people are your fan base, the people are the people who are going to listen to your story. So it's up to them. I feel like they choose the single naturally. You know, whatever kind of moves and has an impact on the feeling that they have.
Yeah.
That's it for me. And sometimes you have to kind of get out of your mood as an artist because you're like, no, I want to use this one because this one it's it. You know, but then other people are like, I can rock with this one. You know, another one. You know, so it's about the people. You know, I let people choose for the most part.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you got a good customer service side of you. Cause that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a people's person.
Okay, good. Do you? That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm definitely here you go. I want people to listen to me and, you know, to know my story, and however they take it is very important to me.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I know you perform at different places, but if someone wanted you to perform at their venue, do they just need to contact you through email, through your Instagram?
Yes, contact me through email at hollybolly, HOLLYBOLLY 216 @gmail.com. So if you want to book me for a show, or if you want to have me come out to one of your events for an appearance, go to my email at hollybolly216 @gmail.com.
And of course, you will see it right there. So. You can definitely reach this lady at any time, any place. So that's what's up. Now, can I ask you, do you mind giving us a good little freestyle?
Okay, freestyle.
Yeah.
Okay. 216 Cleveland, Ohio, where the snow grows higher than the next. Know me, then I'm the best. Get to know my intellect, everything that I'm gonna project. I'm from a city where they just know what is next. That was freestyle. That was freestyle, girl.
She did that. I would have been on some bike check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Hey, you did that. That's what's up.
Thank you.
Cool. Well,
Thank
definitely, I'm gonna plug your music. We appreciate what you do. So that was fly. Thank you for that.
No problem.
We love you for that one.
That was real too.
Right off the dome.
Yeah.
Hey, knowledge is everything.
Yes, it is.
So I have one more segment.
Okay.
It's called Word for Word.
Word for word.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask you one word.
Okay.
And you tell me the very first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I'll start off with an easy one.
Okay.
Music.
Life.
God.
First.
She's good. Money.
Everything.
Power.
Necessity.
That's a good answer. Black.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love that. Love.
Harmony.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Stance.
Revolution.
Revolution. Our country. Hey, first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's what straight up though.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Our country. I'm thinking of like some politics.
Right.
President or something.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something executive, judicial.
Right.
And the most important, Holly Bolly.
Storyteller. Storyteller. Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely storyteller.
Hey, Way, I love it all, and I want to thank you one more time for coming out to the Funky J.
Thank you.
My
My pleasure.
Welcome.
My pleasure.
Hey, you gotta come back in 6 months.
Absolutely.
And in 6 months, we're gonna check in on you, see what you're doing, see what you got popping. Just come back and keep it.
Absolutely,
talking.
I would love to.
Yeah, we love to see you. We love to see you. So thank you again for coming out.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. And thank you guys for letting us come into your wonderful world one more time to bless you with a beautiful, powerful, educated, freestyling Holly Bolly. And like she had said before, you can plug her, you can tag her, you can connect with her, you can get her out to your venues. She's right here in Atlanta. She's hustling and she's doing it on her own. So when you see her in the streets, run up on her and give her some love because she's making it happen on her own and doing her thing. So we love that. So again, thank you guys for coming out and thank you for giving us a blessing of you. And y'all have a wonderful day.
You ain't supposed to hang around Kids Shack. If the adolescent wasn't here, I'll call your ass. Why you all up in my mouth? You like the way I laugh? I'm just trying to get you crazy. Where your money at?